The driver of this fleeing van has already been disqualified from driving twice, so no prizes for guessing what sentence gets handed down to him after he gets caught driving behind the wheel whilst on a ban. To give you a clue, the word suspended comes into play. The incident occurred after Roads Policing Unit officers from Leicestershire Police became aware of a van travelling on the A6 towards Birstall. Intel suggested that the driver might be disqualified, so when officers signalled for the van to stop, the driver decided to floor it. As you can probably guess, the driver, 25-year-old Niall Thompson, showed absolutely no regard for the safety of other road users as he reached speeds nearing 100 miles per hour in an attempt to run away from the consequences of his own actions. It was only thanks to the skillful driving of the advanced police pursuit drivers that nobody was injured during the incident. During police pursuits such as this one, the officers involved are constantly carrying out a dynamic risk assessment in relation to the risk level of the pursuit. Pursuits are typically graded as being low, medium or high risk. Clearly, the level of Thompson's appalling driving during this pursuit reached high risk on several occasions, but the officers knew that the individual behind the wheel of the van was committing serious offences by ignoring the court's ruling when it came to his previous conduct. Later on in the video, when you find out what sentence was handed down to Thompson, despite his consistent and blatant disregard for the law, then you will probably be just as shocked as we were when it comes to what sentence was handed down to Thompson after this display of seriously dodgy driving. As Thompson headed towards the centre of town as he tried to figure out an escape route, he started to overtake stationary traffic on the wrong side of the road as he blasted through red lights. Obviously, built-up areas like this are used by lots of families, so it was only by sheer luck that nobody was injured. Clearly, Thompson was only worried about himself and not the families who were using the roads and pavements at the same time as he was. At this point, Thompson decamped from the van and ran into a local business in an attempt to try and hide. Unfortunately, Leicestershire Police have not released body-worn camera footage of the foot chase and subsequent arrest. So, what happened to Thompson when officers put him before the courts for the third time for driving whilst disqualified? At Leicester Crown Court, Niall Thompson was sentenced to 36 weeks imprisonment, but as you have probably guessed by now, this sentence was suspended for 2 years, meaning that he was set free from the court despite the complete disregard for the law. He had pleaded guilty to 2 counts of driving whilst disqualified, dangerous driving and 2 counts of driving without insurance. Oh, and he was disqualified from driving yet again for the 3rd time, this time for 2 years. But what do you think of that sentence? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And spare a thought for the police officers who have to waste their time bringing repeat offenders before the courts again and again. But to be fair, as this article published by The Guardian shows, it's not the judge's fault that the prisons are currently full. The government needs to pull a finger out of their backside and build more prisons ASAP.